What's good, YouTube? It's Gmo here, bringing you another new episode of 2004Scape. 2 episodes in 1 week, as promised, due to missing an episode last week. In this episode, we are going to go through one of my most painful grinds to date, especially for free-to-play. It is pretty rough, but we are also going to do the last free-to-play quest in Dragon Slayer. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. So I managed to get 35 mining. It is very important to have 35 mining for coal, which I will need for steel bars. I'm gonna world hop though. This guy, he's got a higher mining level than me. He sniped my spot. I will probably continue crafting, obviously. I'll mine about 400 or so and see where that gets us. I think it'll get us pretty close to 31. Once I have it mined, it shouldn't take very long to run it, which is good. But the mining part and running back and forth part is the part that takes the longest. I gotta remind myself to keep one unfired bowl though, so that way I can have the bowl for Dragon Slayer. So I mined a little bit over 400 clay. I am making it into soft clay now, and this is pretty rough. I'm not sure what the tick delay is, but there's definitely a tick delay because I can't AFK these, and I can't click them as fast as I would with fletching darts or really anything else in old school. So yeah, there's a little bit of a tick delay. It's a little irritating, but I did mine it, and I will finish what I'm doing. This should get us at least, it should get us pretty close to 30 crafting. It might not be exact, or 31, but it should be fairly close. And the important part is I will have an unfired bowl, which is for Dragon Slayer. This is the last inventory of clay that I'm going to do, and I didn't even think about it, but I'm going to get my crafting level up, which means that I can cut a few of the gems that I have. I think sapphires are low 20s, and the rubies are somewhere around, I don't know if I have a chisel, they are somewhere around 30s, so I will probably get a chisel. I don't think I have one in my bank, and cut these, then probably just drop the chisel. I might drop some of my fishing stuff too, just because I don't really need it. Buy the chisel. Those don't sell for anything, so we're just going to drop the buckets. I might drop the harpoon. Don't really have a use for that for a while. I need this for Dragon Slayer though, so I will keep that for sure. I went out to the wilderness too. I took a small detour and walked out there and grabbed my planks. There was also a crossbow out there. I don't think I'm going to use it, but I'm going to hold on to it for now, just in case. And I need to hold on to my Addy sword for now as well. But yeah, that is all the soft clay. I am going to run between Barbarian Village and Edgeville, I think, to mold this and just drop them along the way. Probably deposit my pickaxe as well if I have room. I might be full. Let's see. Oh, no, just enough space. So I'll use all this and cut my gems as they become relevant to hopefully boost my XP and ensure that I get to level 31. If not the end of the world. I just don't plan on doing any crafting for a little bit after this. This is kind of rough. It's how I did crafting back in the day though, and it's also how I did crafting on my Iron Man, I want to say. I don't think I used another crafting method other than this for my Iron Man, but this is more clay than what I'm going to need for the highest tier and even the second highest tier, but the lower tiers are significantly less XP than the higher tiers. So we'll craft this, we'll make one unfired bowl whenever that is relevant, and store that in the bank. Probably as soon as I can possibly make it, I will make it. Okay, so this is a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. The first reason The plant pots and the plant lids are members only, which I didn't think about, which is rather unfortunate. The second reason, if you look in my chat, a lot of these broke, so I missed out on about half the XP from them. Let's see. The pot cracks in the oven. I missed out on a lot of XP just from that. Not a whole ton of it, but I am going to miss out on some XP from the plant pots. It's about 7 XP difference, I think, per once I get to level 25. But this should put a pretty decent dent into my crafting grind, and I know there's a quest that I can do, I believe. I don't know if it's in this game. I'm pretty sure it is, if I can find it. I believe, I can't remember the name of it. It's north of Catherby, though, or north of Camelot. And I believe that quest is in here. So that'll be some pretty easy crafting XP if it's in here. I'm not sure if it is or not. But I'll do that afterwards once membership comes out. But for right now, we're going to craft on these, this soft clay, get as many levels as we can just to put a pretty good dent in it. But I am not going back anytime soon. So this one should put us at 8, which, as long as it doesn't crack. Yes, awesome. So that is our best crafting XP now unlocked. It is the bowls. We're just going to craft a whole bunch of these, and it is one at a time, not AFK, and very slow, but we are going to craft a bunch of these and drop them on the way back to the bank. So I'm fairly certain that the chance to break these is based off of your crafting level, so I shouldn't break anymore. I'm not quite sure what level I'll get to, though, especially counting the sapphires. I won't be able to hit 31 for sure, but maybe Murder Mystery will get me there. But I will craft all these and cut my gems, as you can see my whole string of bowls walking all the way back to the bank. But the crafting XP is actually coming along fairly decently. It's just kind of tedious because it's not AFK at all. But I will continue to do this and finish up my clay, so whenever I'm done with my clay, I just won't have to bother with it again. I can now see why everyone's doing cowhide. I don't think cowhide is AFK either, but it's definitely more XP, and it's just not as slow as this. There is 30 crafting. This is going to be my last inventory for now. I ran out of soft clay, so I'll put a pretty good dent in my grind. I need 31 for Lost City. I'm not entirely sure how many more clay I'm going to need to make. I will probably polish it off whenever membership comes out, but this is awful. I do not recommend doing this. I would recommend doing cowhide if you have the gold for it, or if you just have a bunch of cowhide stocked up. Definitely do cowhide over doing clay. This is awful. It's so slow. Cowhide, I'm sure, isn't AFK at all, but it's definitely going to be quicker. You're probably going to get more XP per hour doing it, especially if you're farming your own materials or buying your cowhide. I don't really think anyone's doing clay, but yeah, this is awful. It really wouldn't be too bad if I had the membership items for it, and like the pots and the pot lids in terms of XP, but this is not AFK. It sucks. It's pretty bad. And the whole process of wetting down the clay and everything is also not very fun. And there's a really weird tick delay on this. It'll say that the bowl hardens in the oven, and I can't use the next one for like a couple ticks after until this one changes color. So yeah, that's not very fun. What we are going to do now, though, is we're going to go to the Alcarid mine and make smith some iron and smith some iron bars. After that, I will probably go to 30 and actually smith them on an anvil and make whatever the highest thing is that I can make with my bars and sell it all to the general store. Maybe do a little bit of hopping. I'm not sure how many iron bars I'm gonna need to get to 30, but once I get to 30, I should probably just go straight to steel. Skip over iron entirely, go straight to steel, make a bunch of steel bars, and not lose iron ore, because that's the big thing, is you have a 50% chance of just straight up losing your iron ore if you are smelting it without the ring of forging, which I think that's members only. I don't think anyone has that yet, and I don't even know if it's even in the game. So I am going to go ahead and mine some iron ore, smith it at Alcarid, because that's probably closer than the dwarf mines to the Falador furnace, and then bank it, maybe run some calcs and see just how close we are to being able to just start smithing with an anvil, I guess. Alright, there is 30 smithing. I'm going to go ahead and use this last iron bar and just make literally anything, I guess. I picked different items to make, so that way I could sell them for just a little bit more to the general store and the price not go down. I'm not sure if there's a price difference. Iron kite shield might have been a bad idea if people are killing hill giants on this world, but if not, it might not. I might not have to worry about that too much. Alright, so that's going to be a couple hundred gold for us right there. We'll go ahead and sell all that stuff. It's not a whole lot, but it's a decent amount. I didn't bank my iron ore just because I kind of want to be anal and make sure I get an exact 1-to-2 ratio on my iron ore to coal. I'm not really sure the best place to mine it. I know a lot of people are mining it in the hill giant dungeon, and I think that's probably the best place, but I will definitely aggro everything down there, so it might not be as good for me. I might have to find a better place to mine coal. It might be Alcarid, might be the east mine over here, but for now we are going to mine a couple inventories of iron and just do some rough calculations. I think I'm going to mine about 100 iron, make those into bars, and then just see where that gets me, because I'm not entirely sure how much I will need. Alright, we are done. This is our last inventory of coal. So we've got twice the amount of coal that we have iron. I'm going to go ahead and smelt this. It shouldn't take too long. I think it's 9 per inventory. It's only about 10 or 11 inventories, so I'm not going to go to Alcarid. I'm just going to withdraw it like that and bank at the west bank. I think it's just a little bit closer. Smelt all this and then smith it, and that should get us very close, if not all the way to 34. We'll see how close we are when we get there. But yeah, I'm gonna smelt this, smith them into bars, and I will update you when I'm done and see how close we are to 34. Alright, so unfortunately I ran a calculator and I am about 18 bars short, so I'm just gonna mine 7 iron and 14 coal, come up here, or not 7, 9 iron and 18 coal, come up and smith it, bank it, and then rinse and repeat. Just about 2 more inventories and then I should be done with mining and smithing. I will get XP from smithing the bars though. The calculator I have currently does not count both smelting and the actual smithing portion of it. I'm sure there's one online, but I know that I'm going to need at least 18 more, so I'll do 2 more inventories of this and then be done with it. Alright, this should be the last of my steel bars. It should get me to 34, and I believe I should have a few left over after I hit 34, so I can make some nails. I'm not sure how many nails I can make per bar though, so that might be a problem. I know I'll have at least a couple left over, but I don't know how many steel bars I'm going to need to make all my nails. I want to say you can maybe make 5 per bar, but I'm not entirely sure. I know in the main game you can make about 15 per bar, but this should get me pretty much there. I might mine a few extra coal before I head over to Varrock just to be safe. But I did mine an inventory of coal and half an inventory of iron ore. So I'm gonna run my calc and just see how many bars I will have left. But this should definitely get us to 34. This is ass. You see this right here? 2 nails per bar. So I'm going to have 2 extra bars left over. I'm going to need to go mine 8 more coal and 4 more iron. I'll probably go to Alcarid. It's closer, I think. Mine it there, smith it there, and then come back so I don't have to go all the way to Falador and all the way through the mines. But yeah, I'm going to have to mine some more coal and some more iron for this. But we will get to 34, which is nice. Alright, so I got 34 smithing. I have a couple extra bars here. I got 12 of my nails, and I'm going to bank these. I've been selling these to the general store just for a little bit of extra gold. And I'm going to also sell these swords. But I think that is most of the items I need for Dragon Slayer. And I don't have any more steel bars. I also got to 41 mining, which is pretty solid. I can now use a rune pickaxe. I'm not going to buy one right now. I don't have enough money for it, and it's just not worth it if I'm not going to be doing any mining anytime soon. But yeah, I think I got all the items I need for Dragon Slayer, and I think now I'm going to train my combats up. I want to get 30 defense and 40 attack. I don't know if I want to go 40 attack first, though. It'll be faster, and I'm not really taking a whole lot of damage right now, so I might just train on hill giants until 40 attack and then switch to defense to round out my stats. I also still have about 1,300 mind runes that I never sold. I am going to hold on to these until I am done with Dragon Slayer. The reason being, I need 33 magic for telekinetic grab unless I want to spend 10k, which I would rather not. So I need 33 magic, and also you can safe spot a couple of the monsters in the maze. So I'm probably going to fire strike those. I don't know if I'm going to craft a few more air runes or if I'm just going to buy them. Either way, you are better off killing the lesser demon with fire strike and just safe spotting it. So that's probably what I'll do. I don't think I'm going to fire all of them off. I think I will probably do the maze section first because I will likely get 33 magic before, well, maybe not. I might not get 33 magic, we'll see, but just killing some of the monsters in the maze, I might get there. So I won't have to train it, and I will just hold on to the rest of my mind runes. So I'm going to try to flinch Elvarg. I have a full inventory of food. I will most likely run out of run energy, but I would like to say that the old model for dragons is so much better than 07's. I don't know why, but I absolutely love this model. And when they updated the graphics and put this model, or remove this model, I was extremely upset, to be completely honest. But I do love this old model. I'm going to sit here and flinch Elvarg, and I will update you as soon as I am done killing Elvarg. I've killed a few hill giants. I have decent combat stats, base 30s and 33 attack, but this is still going to take quite a while. If I run out of run energy, I will probably face tank Elvarg for a little bit until my run energy replenishes, but I will update you guys once I get closer to completion, if not completely done killing Elvarg. Alright, that is Dragon Slayer quest complete. That means I am completely done with all of the free-to-play quests, which is amazing. I got 38 strength and 38 defense, so now I don't need to train those up too much to get base 40s. I'm going to train attack. Hopefully that gives me a max hit, but that is fantastic. I did face tank Elvarg a little bit, and then I went around this corner here to eat food when needed. So base 30s probably not recommended for Dragon Slayer unless you plan on flinching, and also my run energy got fairly low. So You definitely need to come here unarmed outside of maybe some lightweight gear like your sword, your shield, maybe an amulet, and that's about it. If you plan to flinch Elvarg that low, you can definitely do the quest a lot lower combat than what I did, but I wanted to complete the quest as early as possible to get all that strength XP and that defense XP. So I guess that means I can equip a rune plate body as soon as I get 40 defense. I cannot afford that right now though, so I'm just going to kill hill giants until I get 40 attack, then switch to the rune sword, and hopefully maybe do some rune crafting once again. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, feel free to drop a like down below. If you want more 2004Scape content and eventually back to old school RuneScape content, subscribe for more. Gmo out.